All right, what's going on, guys? So last night we had pretty much the setups that occurred that we talked about how we wanted price to shoot down, and EU did that. It shot up, hit a high during Asian, and did that reversal. GU did the same thing, shot up during Asian, and then reversed. Right, I'm on the 1 hour here, but came up during Asian and then consolidated back down. Had a retest of the demand over here during the end of the New York session, and then dropped again. And then we had USDJPY ultimately continue with the trend too. So it pulled back, dropped down further, and then reversed. So everything just played out beautifully. Now, what we're looking at here is something that you guys need to be aware of is we have a potential ranging thing. There's two possibilities here, at least from my experience, right? So we're in the middle of a range, maybe three possibilities. When you're in the middle of a range like this, uh, and there's really, even though the overall bias, so the weekly, the daily, and the 4 hour are still all bullish. This whole pullback was just a pullback. Right? It's what it is. It wasn't the reversal. If this was going to reverse based on the structure of what we look for, then this symmetrical triangle, this needs to break out and it needs to go back up to the supply points to then retest and then drop overall, right? This would be the multi-session M that everybody looks for when it comes to market maker method, when it comes to just any reversal in general. Like this is the most signature type of pattern that we could potentially see. So I want to see price go up, right? I want to see it go up and hit these areas. Now, I'm not one to say it might continue up and break these highs just because I know that we're in a level three, like things are very open and the higher time frames are hitting significant points of support or no resistance. Sorry, I always get these names mixed up. Man. They all mean the same fucking thing anyway. Just a resistance, like something of a reaction, right? So price shoots up, and it's just getting ready for that consolidation because it hit the daily supply areas, hit the 4 hour supply areas, and usually when you get price hitting multiple higher time frame areas of interest, you get resistance, you get consolidation. So I ideally want to see it push up to go back towards the high, but I'm not going to sit here and say, yep, it's going to break that high. It could, right? It could go up and break these highs. It's very possible because the higher time frame is still bullish, but it could also get ready for a midweek reversal. It's Wednesday, it's Thursday right now, right? It's Wednesday during the recording, but it's Thursday during the trading day. So we could see a price come up and then eventually go back down, or if it respects the range, we could see price go down into these demand areas and then make its way back up for a reversal. It all depends. It can go either or. When you're dealing with a symmetrical pattern, it could go right back down, retest these demands, and ideally that's what I've seen happen when it comes to these types of pairs. But I've also seen them just go straight up into these areas and drop. That's kind of what UJ's doing on a weekly time frame, and I'll show you when I get there. So just be careful what we're doing. Wait for price to make a move. Don't just try to get all antsy because if it goes down first, you could buy. If it goes up first, you can sell. Just be careful. GBPUSD, kind of that same boat, but this one doesn't have the same exact pattern. So we do have a trend line liquidity going on right here. So that we have price building up the liquidity. Price came up, did that, and now we're just being stuck. When price comes back down and retests, it just kind of tells me that again we're in the range. So if it goes up, doesn't break these highs, one, you got an equal high. So that would just be more confirmation that price definitely wants to continue. But two, if it doesn't break it, we could see it drop. So I go up into the supply, and then back down into demand, and then back up into supply again. Or it could do an early onset drop, then back up into supply, right? So just you got to be careful with these types of things and how it plays out because overall this is going to go up, but it can do some manipulation before it decides to do that. So just be careful. Don't try to get in anything. Wait for Asian and London session to play out. It's going to be choppy again, in my opinion. I think it's going to be choppy, and by New York session we should see a little bit of clarity. And then we have USDJPY. Now this pair's got an interesting take because overall still has to drop, and we have 4 hour demand down here, we got 4 hour demand down there, and then we got the daily and weekly demand zones that price is inevitably going to go to. But what's it going to do beforehand, right? So it could do a couple things. It's going to either pull up or it drops straight. But if it drops straight, that gives us really good clarity for the other pairs. If not, then we're going to see it pull up, hit the trend line, which is also matched up with the 200 moving average and potentially this supply area again, and then back down to continue that trend. Or it could go up, break through that trend line, and then continue up to the other supply zones, right? So you have to be really careful. And I'm not sure what it's going to do right here. I don't know if it's going to drop first, then go up. I don't know if it's just going to pull up a little bit, then drop. I don't know yet. I just know that these are the possibilities. Either it's going to be a continued straight shot, pull up, then down, or pull up, retest, and then continue. So whichever one plays out, I hope you guys are able to catch it because I would hate for you to be on the wrong side of it. And I'm not even sure if there's news tomorrow. Let's take a look. So we have here, just to be clear, just to have full clarity on what's going on because tomorrow's Thursday. We're getting towards the end of the week. And NFP is actually not this week. So NFP is going to be next week. They pushed it off. So we're going to do this. Okay, so nothing there. I'm going to try to go to the morning times. We have Euro news in 7 hours and 51 minutes, high impact. We have unemployment rate. So Euro is going to be off the chain tomorrow. This actually, oh shit. Okay, so with all of this going on with Euro, if I'm correct in CPI, this actually might move the market. This might actually move the market uh, to these higher points that we're looking for price to go to. Like that might be what we look for. So who knows? Just be careful though. I'm not gonna say yes or no. It could go up, then straight back down. Like I don't know. Even though we might know the interest rates, price still will do whatever it wants to do. And then what time here? Do we have any news here? No more Euro news. 4 o'clock. More Euro news. Jesus Christ. Okay, okay. Canadians got some unemployment, or not growth rate, GDP growth rate, core PCE price index, and then the dollar. So yeah, we got a bunch of stuff. So, and now that we know that this is what's happening with the dollar, this kind of changes things up with what's going on here. So I would just say for simplicity's sake, stick with the higher time frames and know that price needs to go up. These are definitely bullish. They need to go up and continue because we're in an overall, if you look at the weekly, we'll zoom out here. Look, the EMAs are tight. When we get tight EMAs, if you guys know anything about moving averages, market makers method, then you know that when the EMAs get tight, price ranges. So the fact that we have demand zones up here or supply zones up here, along with a massive trendline zone, I mean, that just tells me that price still wants to continue. It's going to be in a little bit of hesitation. So very curious how that plays out. And it's also doing the same thing here on GBP. If we go to the weekly, EMAs are tight, giving us that assumption that price can just continue, right? Doesn't mean it's going to react right here, but I have seen price go right through. So I would expect it to continue, and that's where your bias should be. Always focus on the higher time frame. The higher time frame will always lead you in the right direction. It might pull back a little bit, but no matter what, these prices are still going to go up. So with that being said, guys, hope you guys stay safe. Don't risk more than you can lose, and don't risk anything you're not willing to lose. So everyone have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Well, actually, you probably won't see me tomorrow. No, you'll see me tomorrow. I'll do one more tomorrow. And we'll go back into the next week, starting the year off or the end of the month. End of the month. We're gonna be in the last month of the year, and it's gonna be great. With that being said, peace out.